Liam Carter jolted awake in bed, gasping for air like he'd just run a marathon. His pajamas were soaked with cold sweat, every ragged breath carrying the visceral relief of someone who'd narrowly escaped death. His eyes darted frantically around the familiar bedroom until they landed on the wall calendar, its date glaring back at him. 1 week before the apocalypse. Did I just get a second chance? Liam's voice shook with disbelief. Visions from his previous life flooded his mind like a nightmare on loop. Cities overrun by the undead. Civilization crumbling into ruin. The constant gnawing hunger and paralyzing fear. He'd watched helplessly as people dropped dead around him, one after another, but now, fate had handed him a do-over. Liam's fists clenched until his knuckles turned white, his eyes burning with grim determination. This time, he wouldn't sit around waiting for disaster. This time, he'd fight back, the memories of desperate survivors tearing each other apart for scraps. The screams of people being dragged down by hordes of infected, all of it fueled him now. In the apocalypse, supplies meant survival. Food, water, tactical first aid kits, weapons, ordinary items that would soon become the difference between life and death. Liam lunged for his laptop, fingers flying across the keyboard as he pulled up survival supply lists. Time was already slipping through his fingers. Every second counted, the hard part. Stocking up. The first hurdle hit him immediately. Money. Liam stared at the daunting supply list. Then at his pathetic bank balance. Nowhere near enough. Where the hell am I supposed to get cash? He muttered, pacing like a caged animal. Then it hit him, Hank Vanderbilt. The ruthless billionaire who'd profited off others' suffering during the last apocalypse. The man was a monster. But right now, he was also Liam's best shot. A plan took shape, a dangerous one. Hank had a weakness for rare antiquities. So Liam spent days crafting a flawless forgery. An ancient map leading to a tomb filled with priceless artifacts. He even consulted a collector friend to make the details convincing. When he finally met Hank, Liam played his role perfectly, nervous but tantalizingly secretive. Hank's greed did the rest. Where'd you get this? Hank demanded. Eyes locked on the map, Liam spun his prepared lie. A family heirloom. Verified authenticity. Yada yada. He even offered to guide Hank to the site, asking only for one artifact in return. Predictably, Hank took the bait. Days later, deep in the wilderness, Liam's hired bandits ambushed Hank's team on cue. Chaos erupted, while Hank's men fought. Liam slipped away with the real prize, a duffel bag stuffed with cash and jewels from Hank's armored car. By the time Hank realized he'd been played, Liam was already gone, the shopping spree from hell. First stop, Costco. Liam rented a truck and cleared entire shelves, canned goods, MREs, rice, anything non-perishable. Employees stared as he piled carts high, but he ignored them. Next, a pharmacy. The clerk raised an eyebrow at his massive order of antibiotics, painkillers, and trauma supplies. Planning to open a clinic. Big family. Liam deadpanned. Then came the fun part. Weapons. Through back channels, he met a shady arms dealer in a warehouse. What do you need? The dealer growled. Colt 1911s, AR-15s, Caber knives, and all the 5.56 ammo you've got. The dealer's eyes narrowed. You starting a war? Liam just flashed Hank's stolen cash. Let's talk price. By week's end, his stash was complete: food, meds, guns, solar chargers, water purifiers, even cases of whiskey, because apocalypse. But as he surveyed his stockpile, Liam knew this was just step one. He needed a fortress. And allies, the turning point. When the apocalypse hit, it came like a hammer blow. Blood-red clouds darkened the sky as cities collapsed into screaming chaos. Liam fought through streets swarming with infected, his combat knife slick with gore. But for every zombie he dropped, 3 more appeared. Just as he was about to be overrun, a strange energy surged through him. Suddenly, he could feel a pocket dimension in his mind, a frozen storage space where nothing spoiled. His knife vanished from his hand, then reappeared instantly when he willed it. Holy shit, Liam breathed. I've got an inventory hack. The perks kept coming. A spider sense-like danger alert flared in his mind whenever threats neared. By week 2, he'd mastered summoning weapons mid-fight and stashing entire supply crates in his mental backpack. Then he found her, Sarah Winters, a medic with glowing hands that healed bullet wounds in minutes. Their abilities synced perfectly. Together, they rescued others. Jack, a grizzled Marine, Ryan, a genius engineer, and Grace, a nurse with nerves of steel, home base. Their growing group needed shelter. Liam scouted for days until he found it, an abandoned factory compound near the Mississippi, surrounded by reinforced walls and razor wire. This is it, Liam announced. As the team got to work fortifying their new stronghold, Liam allowed himself one rare moment of hope. They had supplies, skills, and now, a fighting chance. The real battle was just beginning. Liam Carter fully utilized his spatial ability, continuously pulling out stockpiled supplies from his dimensional storage and distributing them to everyone. Food, water, tactical first aid kits, weapons, and other resources were neatly arranged, providing a solid foundation for building their stronghold. Meanwhile, Sarah Winters used her healing powers to treat survivors injured during their escape. As her hands gently passed over wounds, a soft glow would flash, sealing injuries and erasing pain instantly. Her warm smile and comforting words made every patient feel cared for. Jack Black led a team reinforcing the factory's perimeter walls. They hauled massive stones to thicken the barriers and welded scavenged metal plates for extra protection. Watchtowers were erected along the walls with rotating sentries keeping constant vigil against approaching zombies and other threats. Simultaneously, Ryan Harper's crew transformed the factory interior, converting warehouses into dormitories with partitioned wooden bunks and tents, while workshops became functional spaces like kitchens, infirmaries, and armories. Despite facing shortages, zombie attacks, and harsh weather, everyone worked tirelessly with remarkable teamwork and determination. They all understood this stronghold wasn't just shelter, it represented their hope for survival in this apocalyptic world. After days of relentless effort, their transformed base stood complete. A vibrant flag bearing the Chinese character "For Life" fluttered above the walls, symbolizing their resilience. For now, they'd carved out a haven in the wasteland, gathering storm. The peace shattered when Liam's spatial senses screamed danger during patrol. A black tide of enhanced zombies, faster, stronger, and led by monstrous variants, came swarming toward the compound. Horde incoming. Battle stations. Liam barked into the radio. His voice tense but controlled. The base erupted into organized chaos. Jack manned the walls with defenders while Ryan bolstered defenses. Sarah prepped the medical stations. As the rotting stench of the advancing horde filled the air, Liam spotted their real vulnerability. Traitors within. Finn Lawson, corrupted by desperation, had secretly opened a rear gate for raiders led by the ruthless Zachary Zackstone. Caught between the horde and internal betrayal, Liam split their forces. Hold the line, he ordered Jack before rushing back with Sarah and Ryan to confront the infiltrators. Close quarters combat raged through corridors. Liam's spatial tricks disarmed enemies mid-fight, while Sarah kept fighters on their feet. When Zach's crew gained the upper hand, Liam brilliantly teleported their ammunition away, creating enough confusion to counterattack. Returning to the walls, they found Jack's team barely holding against the mutated zombies. Rallying their exhausted defenders, Liam deployed spatial tactics, teleporting zombie clusters away or supplying endless ammo. Finally, the horde retreated, but victory came at a cost. Finn's betrayal exposed deeper threats, both human and undead. As Liam surveyed their battered but standing stronghold, he realized passive survival wasn't enough. They needed answers. Seeking answers. That research facility in the city ruins, Liam told his inner circle later. Last life, I heard whispers Manhattan Research Facility holds apocalyptic secrets. Despite Sarah's concerns, the team geared up and ventured into the dead city, navigating zombie-infested streets and raider ambushes. They reached the derelict facility. Liam's spatial senses guided them to a bizarre biometric lock. Remembering obscure symbols from his past life, he input the sequence. The doors groaned open, revealing a nightmare lab. Tanks of grotesque, genetically altered specimens, before they could investigate further. Darkness fell. Something massive stirred in the shadows, its guttural growl vibrating through the chamber. The massive figure came into focus. It was a zombie the size of a mountain. Its body reeked of decay, muscles bulging like twisted steel, every step sending tremors through the ground. Its eyes glowed with an eerie red light, radiating pure madness and bloodlust. "Watch out, this one's no ordinary zombie," Liam Carter shouted, quickly raising his weapon and taking aim. Jack Black and Ryan Harper opened fire, too, unleashing a hail of 5.56mm NATO rounds at the monstrosity. But to their shock, the bullets sparked harmlessly against its body like it was made of solid metal. The beast roared, swinging a massive arm at them. The group barely dodged as the limb whooshed past, the sheer force of the swing kicking up a gust of wind. Sarah Winters tensed, her healing abilities at the ready in case anyone got hit. Amid the chaos, Liam noticed a pattern. The zombies' attacks, though brutal, had a slight delay right before each strike, as if it was gathering strength. Seizing the opportunity, he focused, channeling his spatial ability. The moment the zombie reared back for another swing, Liam warped its entire arm out of existence. "Now's our chance," he yelled, charging forward. Jack and Ryan caught on instantly, following his lead and launching a full assault. With one arm gone, the zombie staggered, movements sluggish. The team pressed their advantage, blades and bullets tearing into its rotting flesh, black blood splattering everywhere. But the fight wasn't over. Enraged, the creature thrashed wildly with its remaining arm, forcing them back. Just as the battle reached a stalemate, Liam suddenly sensed a terrifying presence deeper inside the Manhattan research facility. Something even worse was coming. "Brace yourselves," he warned. The facility's wall exploded inward as a figure in a black robe emerged. Pale, cold-eyed, radiating pure menace, the man's voice dripped with mockery. "You thought uncovering the truth would be that easy. How naive." Liam's blood boiled. This had to be the one behind the apocalypse. "Who the hell are you?" he demanded. "Why destroy the world?" The man smirked. "Who I am doesn't matter. What matters is you're all dying here." With a flick of his wrist, dark energy shot toward them. The team barely dodged as the blasts corroded the walls behind them into gaping holes. "We can't take him," Ryan yelled, panic edging his voice. Liam gritted his teeth. No retreat now. Drawing on every ounce of his power, he unleashed a spatial vortex, swallowing the dark attacks whole. The robed man's smirk faltered. Annoyed, he summoned a horde of enhanced zombies, forcing the team into a desperate two-front battle. Just when things looked hopeless, Liam felt something shift. His abilities surged, merging into something new. Time froze. The entire battlefield locked in place. "End this now," Liam shouted. They struck as one. The robed man screamed, dissolving into nothingness. With him gone, the remaining zombies collapsed. They'd won. Rebuilding. Victory was just the beginning, leading the survivors back to their ruined base. Liam took in the devastation: collapsed walls, shattered buildings, supplies nearly gone. But no one gave up. "Well, rebuild," he declared, voice steady, stronger than before. Under his command, the work began. Jack's team cleared the debris and reinforced defenses. Ryan repurposed scrap into tools and gear. Sarah and Grace tended to the wounded, mending bodies and spirits alike. Liam used his spatial abilities to scavenge supplies, facing deadly threats on every run. He also uncovered pre-collapse tech generators, defense systems, giving them an edge. Slowly, life returned. Walls rose. Homes were rebuilt. Laughter echoed in the streets again. They expanded, forging alliances with other survivor groups, sharing knowledge and resources. Mutated plants and animals became new food sources. Hope wasn't just a word anymore, it was a future they were building together.